Ports and protocols. There are two transport layer protocols in the TCP/IP stack. TCP provides guaranteed connection-oriented delivery, whereas UDP provides non-guaranteed connectionless delivery. Each protocol or service uses one of the two transport protocols, and in some cases both. There will be additional information later in this chapter on TCP and UDP. TCP and UDP both use port numbers to listen for and respond to requests for communications. RFC 1060 defines common ports for a number of services routinely found in use, and these all have low numbers, up to 1024. You can, however, reconfigure your service to use another port number, preferably much higher, if you're concerned about security and you don't want your site to be available to anonymous traffic. 20 and 21. File Transfer Protocol, FTP. File Transfer Protocol is both a TCP/IP protocol and software that permits the transferring of files between computer systems. Because FTP has been implemented on numerous types of computer systems, files can be transferred between disparate systems, for example, a personal computer and a mini-computer. It uses ports 20 and 21 by default. It can be configured to allow or deny access to specific IP addresses and can be configured to work with exceptions. While the protocol can be run within most browsers, a number of FTP applications are available. FileZilla, FileZillaproject.org, is one of the most popular. It is valuable to note the FTP is not secure, and if confidentiality is required, you should use either SFTP encrypted with SSH or encrypted with SSL. 22. Secure Shell, SSH. Secure Shell is a remote administration tool that can serve as a secure alternative to using Telnet to remotely access and configure a device like a router or switch. Although it requires a bit more setup than Telnet, it provides an encrypted command line session for managing devices remotely. 23. Telnet. Telnet is a protocol that functions at the application layer of the OSI model, providing terminal emulation capabilities. Telnet runs on port 23, but has lost favor to SSH because Telnet sends data, including passwords, in plain text format. 25. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP. Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP, is a protocol for sending email between SMTP servers. Clients typically use either IMAP or POP to access their email server and use SMTP to send email. SMTP uses port 25 by default. 53. Domain Name System, DNS. DNS is the domain name system, and it is used to translate host names into IP addresses. DNS is an example of a protocol that uses both UDP and TCP. 6768. Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, DHCP. Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, DHCP, serves the useful purpose of issuing IP addresses and other network-related configuration values to clients to allow them to operate on the network. It uses ports 67 and 68. 80. Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP. Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP, is the protocol used for communication between a web server and a web browser. It uses port 80 by default.